as y'all know, we have a very well-run, accredited fire department that this city needs to be proud of, and they do an outstanding job. But fire protection is something that you can never pay enough attention to, and it's one of those services we hope you never need, but we know that you will. But again, to the people in Crown Colony, thanks for bearing with us. It has started, and thank y'all. Who's up? City Manager John Campbell, and the guy in the blue shirt and tie is Alderman Tom Parham, and they get paid more than the mayor. That's how they can afford those shirts. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be. It's a great pleasure to be here today. I want to really thank the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for their quick action when we first started looking at. You come in as a new manager and you start looking at a lot of different facts and figures about response times is one of the key things you look at, and certainly in the fire and police sector. And one of the things that was obvious was that we had some areas that geographically were we weren't as well positioned as we needed to do in terms of fire response. And this is something that we took to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen over 3 years ago and basically said we really need to do this particular station, as well as the station we ended up doing at Rock Springs, and they responded very quickly. We were able to put it into a bond issuance about 2.5 years ago. Then, of course, we had an extensive search in trying to find the best site. They actually owned a site over 18 years ago, on down further west from here. And through a lot of research, and the fire department internal committee found that this was the best site for the future of Kingsport at this particular site in terms of best response, best backup to other sites. And so we were very pleased to get this site, work with the Vanover family, and it worked out very well. And I think it'll be a great site, great location for response in this general area, and we look forward to that. I'd also like to thank Chief Dye and certainly Shea Payne, who has headed up the committee again on this particular location of the station and going through the process of doing the work. Also Don Soth, the architect from Beeson Luskin Street, who worked with us very early with no fee, in terms of analyzing what could be done here. And we appreciate very much that, and we feel like we have a very fine product in the end. And I hope you will get a chance to look at the renderings before you leave, and the juxtaposition of the station. And also certainly appreciate very much Armstrong Construction Company. We had a very competitive bid process, which we felt like we would at this particular time, but it's always great when you get a great local firm, has a tremendous reputation for quality, and we're expecting a great building from Armstrong Construction Company. So again, and I also want to thank all the men of the fire department and their able assistants in the office for the great job we do. Not only accredited department, but also Class 3 rating. We do an excellent job, and been very impressed since I've been here with the work that's been done, and we look forward to even doing a better job in the future. Thank you very much. Glad to be here today.
I'd like to thank the city manager and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for listening to us when we said what our needs were for Rock Springs and then now East Stone Drive. Everybody's already said kind of the history. I'll give you a little bit of the future. When the station's built, the fire department not only runs fires, they run any type of medical call, any type of hazardous material call, any type of rescue call. So from here, we go east past Crown Colony out to the city limits, with Cleek Road being rebuilt and everything that's at, we're quicker to Orbank on this end, and each station backs up another. So the station on Memorial Boulevard has this station to back up, and they take care of each other plus other stations. Preston Forest will be quicker there now. We can just turn left and go up the hill and turn in the back side of Preston Forest, which is a quicker response. If there's a car wreck out on the highway or anywhere we're close to that, hazardous material spills with that. The medical calls are probably the most important because we happen to run the most medical calls. We ran over 77,000 calls last year, and a lot of that, 80% or so, was medical. So with heart attack, trouble breathing, a car wreck, we're responding, we're getting there quicker. We're doing what we need to do, what we were assigned to do, plus much more. And we would cost you for the fire station, for the firefighters, and we choose to do all the other on top of that so that you get better service. And with this station, when it opens, that increases that level of service and the quick response times. Thank you.
My name's Tom Parham, and I have the honor to be an alderman, but I also live in Crown Colony, so I wasn't prepared to say anything, but I would add that the folks in Crown Colony have been in the city for many years and have been extremely pleased with the service. We've always had excellent coverage. What this does is actually cuts the travel distance down to our end of town, cuts it roughly in half. That's going to result in many of the homeowners' insurance rates going down substantially. So thanks. We've had Ken Simmons and others have worked with and addressed the insurance rates with the mayor, with John Campbell, and with Chief Dye. And I'd just like to say they've been extremely positive, and we'd like to just say thank you.